Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Mystic Destinies. Hikaru's Path, Book 2! Woo! I'm still kind of excited that it's out. Anyway, so we are now on day 2. Ages gone past, Cosmos of the Demigod, so it's the same thing. That's always going to be the same. Day 2. Inara's log, day 2. Where the hell am I? When I wake up in the morning, I find that Hikaru is already awake. Surprise. And all I can see is his black and long hair silhouetted against the sunrise. Whoa, crap! What the fuck just happened? I think I meant to go click and I hit my scroll wheel. Okay. I catch myself staring at him for longer than necessary, just as he turns around and notices me. Oh, sorry. Did you ever go to sleep last night? No. My body does not require sleep every night. Oh, is that because you're a demigod? Yes and no. Meaning... Yes, my body requires less sleep than normal humans because of the god within me. But not all demigods are the same. We all have different abilities and needs. Some demigods are closer to humans, and some are closer to gods. Which are you? Some gods would say I'm closer to being a human. Humans would say I'm closer to being a god. Does not really matter in the end. I am what I am. Then why do you look that way when you talk about it? Shizuka steps out of the bushes then, and only then do I realize that she had been gone the entire time. Everyone was already up except for me. They must think I'm lazy. I avoid Shizuka's eyes, feeling all at once uncomfortable knowing that it's my mother before me. Everything happened so fast the day before that I still haven't processed my feelings. See, so this is perfect, so that we'll get the whole Shizuka story and all that stuff, because Shizuka's in this part, so I feel like this is going to be the neat little bow to wrap up all the mysterious shit. And hopefully save all the other dudes and all the other timelines that we fucked up trying to save Hikaru, who's being an ass and probably banging my mother. I don't really know. I'm really hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's us misunderstanding the whole situation. Because gross. Hell, I have no idea how I'm supposed to be feeling right now. Perpetual panic and anxiety, probably. The only mother I've ever known is finally here before me again, but she's also the woman who will eventually curse me. And on top of it, I still don't know why she's here or who she is to Hikaru. Did you sleep well? She holds out a rice ball. You can eat this for breakfast. Why do you care? Oh, no, I look at the rice ball in her hand, and as if on cue, my stomach growls like a dying beast. I feel my cheeks heat up as Shizuka simply smiles down at me. Thank you. I notice that Hikaru is watching the interaction carefully, so I reach out and take the rice ball from Shizuka without further comment. As I bite into it, I quickly realize how truly hungry I was. How long has it been since I've had any food? A question that I can't answer for myself. With the recent events and me hopping between timelines and time, I can't even begin to guess how long it's been. Would you be willing to finish your story from yesterday now? Yes, though I've pretty much told you all of it already. I need the soul fragments that this Hikaru has, I think. I'm not entirely sure how this works, since you are that Hikaru from my timeline. I put a hand to my head, gently rubbing my temple. Galen didn't exactly give me a detailed description on what to do. And sometimes he answers when I call out to him, sometimes he doesn't. He hasn't since I got here. How far in the future? Huh? How many years in the future does all this happen? When are you from? Oh, suddenly I feel very awkward, because I don't actually know. Just what year is it? Galen didn't even tell you that much? Why am I not surprised? The year is 1482. Mother McFucker! Damn! She's like, holy shit. She's like, damn, Mom, you really are. She's like, you guys really don't age. You guys looked really great. Can I just tell you, you guys look really great 500 plus years from now. I feel like I've been hit in the face with a ton of bricks. My heart drops to my stomach. What? Surely I couldn't have heard that right. 1482. Our Mikado is Emperor Go-Sumichikado? Tsuchimikado? And our Shogun is Ashikaga Yoshihisa. Good damn it. Tom Smith and Bob Jones. Please don't repeat those names. Takes me a minute to read them. Do either of those names sound familiar? Yeah, maybe from history books. God, how old is Hikaru then? From the look on your face, I'm guessing that they are known to you. Are you perhaps further in the past than you expected? I nod numbly. I'm from the year 2016? Look at the look on his face. What the fuck? Are you really telling the truth? I truly have that long of a life ahead of me? I guess so. When I meet you, you don't look much different than you do now. In my time, you look like you're in your late 20s, I think. I am already 23 now. How does this happen? Perhaps it has something to do with the Weaver of Time. Or perhaps you really just do live that long naturally. The lifespan of demigods does vary, but that is over 500 years from now. I feel my heartstrings being tugged at Hikaru's voice as Hikaru's voice fades off into nothing. I mean, you gotta be honest. Okay, let's time out here. Time out. Making the timeout sign. So, like, we're an immortal sorceress. We're never gonna fucking age. We're pretty much gonna look like this for fucking ever, right? He's a demigod, and he's obviously 520 some odd years fucking old, because he's 23 now. So then he's gonna be like late 20s. So he's living over 500 years, and he looks the same. So this is really the perfect relationship for us, because, like, you don't age, I don't age, what else? Because, like, with all the rest of the guys, like, Takumi's human. You're gonna watch him die. Shinji is part Fae, so he might live for a long time, but eventually he's gonna die. So what, like 500 years later, you're like, and now he's dead. What the fuck do I do now? You know what I mean? And I don't know about the rest of them, but it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, my bird is being weird. What's up? What are you doing? What are you doing? He's like freaking out about something. What you freaking out about? What are you looking at, bird? Now I'm creeped out because he's got this like weird look, like he's looking at something weird. Maybe he just hears birds outside. I don't know. He's making a weird noise and then he's making this weird look like he's looking at something that's freaking him out. And it's like, could just be birds outside. It's also kind of dark, like stormy. So I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, so that's kind of, anyway. I feel my heartstrings being tugged at as Hikaru's voice fades off into nothing. Why does he look so sad? I bet most people would love to live that long. I look at Shizuka. Maybe it's because of her? But she's immortal. Still, maybe he doesn't know that. Ugh, this is so confusing. Maybe she's not immortal yet. The gods must have known all this, yet they didn't tell anyone. Well, of course, she has green eyes, and that's like sorceress kind of shit. Our eyes turn green when we get all sorceressy, so... So, are you just here to collect these soul fragments, then? Yes. I mean, I'd love to change time and stop it from happening in the first place. But with a time goddess involved, I doubt that's an option even if I could. So I'm just trying to repair things. Trying to save him. I look at Hikaru, then away. To save you, because you saved me. I just need you to give me your fragments, I think. A silence falls between the three of us. Hikaru sighs after a few quiet moments. Even if all of this insanity is somehow true, I'm afraid I cannot help you. What? Why? I don't know how to give these soul fragments to you. Soul magic, that sounds like the realm of the divine. For the most part, all I know how to do is fight with my divine powers. But the other Hikarus knew. They were able to pull it out, somehow, on their own. Then maybe those Hikarus had studied it further. If I had need and access to the knowledge, I certainly would have. Either way, I cannot help you. I'm left sitting there stunned as Hikaru begins to pack up everyone's belongings. What the hell? What am I supposed to do now? How am I going to save Hikaru? Galen, what am I supposed to do? I fight the urge to tear up as I feel Shizuka watch me. If you have no way back and no way forward, then why not come with us for now? Perhaps the answer will become clear in time, or Galen will finally answer you. I look at Shizuka in surprise at the kindness in her voice and the gentle smile on her face. My heart squeezes involuntarily, and I look down at my hands with a frown. How dare she show me kindness now? What's this? You're bleeding again? Out playing with that alright boy again, no doubt. He's going to get you into so much trouble one day. This is the 7th time you've come home bleeding. I'm sorry, Mommy. I know I ruined the dress you got me, but Taku is... Mom reaches out and gently strokes my head. I know, I'm sorry. Takumi is your important friend. I just wish for you to be safe. I wish there was a way I wish there was a way that you could remain forever unharmed. What? I feel so confused about everything. The odd dream, no, flashback of something Mother had said when I was still in elementary school. What did she mean by that? Why am I remembering this now? Oh God, it's not like no, okay, you're not from the past, so it's not like you're hundreds of years old. Well, maybe that's why she quote unquote cursed you. Maybe she wasn't actually cursing you. It was the only way to save you so you remain forever unharmed. And we're gonna find out, like, oh, she's like Snape all along. We thought she was an evil douche, and she did it to save us. Oh, why, Snape? Why? That kind of thing. Hikaru puts his bedroll on his back and looks at me. There are no other good choices, and it seems you can't fight. Or you can fight at least, right? So you can help us out with what we are doing for now. His voice snaps me out of my daze. And what are you two doing? We travel around and help those that need it. No more, no less. We are on our way to a village now, about 1 to 2 days' travel from here. I do not know what Japan is like in 500 years, but threats abound here, so you'll need to fight. I see. Well, it's not like I have any other choice. Damn you, Galen. But I am curious to see what Japan was really like at this time. And this is my chance to get to know Hikaru more, and more about my mother, too. I never dreamed I would have an opportunity like this. Alright, I'll do my best to help. With that all settled, we head out to the road. Holding only our belongings and many questions in my mind, we begin our strange journey together. As we move through the paths, I'm beginning to seriously respect my ancestors for traveling. Not only on such unwieldy paths, but in such terrible shoes for walking. Man, what I wouldn't give for a pair of good sneakers right now. Already most of a day has passed. Most of our traveling has consisted of Hikaru asking me questions about the future. I sure hope there isn't some kind of prime directive law of non-interference crap amongst gods. Because if so, I've just totally broken it. I think back to how different Hikaru seemed when he asked me questions as we walked. Could you tell me about the future? Sure, what do you want to know? Everything. I mean, just what are things like? How are they different? I can't help but giggle. Well, a lot of things are different. I mean, I only know what Japan was like in the past because of history books, and I'm not sure how accurate those are. But we dress totally different. We don't wear so much clothing, and it's way easier to put on and move in than traditional Japanese clothing. I see. How do you keep your modesty, then? Modesty? Well, it's not like you go around naked. Then again, some people practically do. Well, those of us that want to keep our modesty still cover everything. The clothes are just lighter. That makes sense. Improvements to the way we dress would help advance humanity overall. And when we have lots of different kind of shoes, they're way more comfortable and protective. Though people still wear shoes like these, too. I see. It all sounds amazing, to think that one day I'll see it for myself. Shizuka chuckles. I think he should be a scholar instead of a warrior. Maybe in some other life, I would rather help save lives. In a small, quiet voice that only I just barely seem to hear, Hikaru adds, I would like to be a hero to someone someday. I had no idea Hikaru had such a curious side. It's cute. I guess it makes sense, though. He did choose to be a professor. I should tell him. See, but you did, though. You told him that, like, well, Shizuka says something about being a scholar, and he's like, oh yeah, I want to help you, and then he becomes a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa! I suddenly trip over my own feet and stumble to the ground. Well, I almost do anyway. Hikaru's fast reflexes managed to catch me by the clothes before I hit the ground. I have a feeling she's the person he knows from the past, and he's fallen in love with her, and he's like, you look so much like her, like, whatever. Not Shizuka. But the weird thing is, like, he wouldn't know her, like, 500 years later, he wouldn't have recognized. It's not like she told him, my name is Susan. Susan. Yeah. Like, he knows her name. But I mean, Does he not realize, like, you look so much like... It's funny, your name's Nara, and I knew this chick 500 years ago whose name was Nara, who said she was from the future and was trying to save me, and like, you know what I mean? Like, does he just forget? It's weird. I hover above the ground for a moment, my nose almost touching it before I'm suddenly pulled upright. I stumble backward, and Hikaru's large hand briefly touches my back to steady me. He sure isn't gentle, jeez. Are you alright? Yeah, thanks. I'm just getting really tired and I can't see well. Not without my glasses, anyway. I suppose I didn't have them back then. Couldn't they have left me with mine? Plus, I'm not used to walking in these shoes. I don't know how you guys do it. Shall we stop for the night, then? It was supposed to take us 8 days to get to Sina's village. We won't make it for another few days at this rate. We've already been on the road for 7. Probably could have gotten there tonight or tomorrow morning. I can't help but feel miserable at what Hikaru is implying. But hey, it isn't my fault. I just don't have the energy to argue, though. I'm not sure what else I can do. I'm doing my best. Hikaru doesn't look at me. He only folds his arms. Shizuka begins walking, leading this time. Come, I believe there's a good spot that we can rest for the night nearby. Before long, Shizuka leads us to the promised spot, and we set up camp for the night. I'm so tired that I end up passing out before I can even feel guilty for taking Hikaru's bedroll again. Yeah, see, so that was only... Oh, I mean, they're about 16 minutes, but you know what? We're going to read day 3. So, let's see something. Yeah, we'll keep going. We'll keep going, I feel like doing it. Inara's log, day 3. This is probably the most embarrassing and unexpected moment of my life. We've been walking for what must be hours now. I seriously miss my phone. I mean, they don't even have watches here. Actually, correction. We haven't all been walking. I, in fact, have been riding on Hikaru's back the entire time. That's kind of fucking adorable. I feel so lame right now. I remember back to this morning. Hey. Ah! I jumped back from Hikaru, who was crouching down, peering into my sleeping face. Ah, good. So you're awake. Not before you... We need to go. As I mentioned last night, we were already behind schedule. Hikaru stands up and turns away from me. You're going to be riding me today. What? You're going to be riding me today. Okay, but that's really... Wow, that's what you guys call it too? You call that too here? That same... Oh, you meant... Oh, like a whore. Okay, that's... I got my riding crap, but that's not what I was thinking. Just kidding. This game makes me wildly inappropriate. Who am I kidding? I'm like that anyway. What? Hikaru turns around. Have you never ridden piggyback before? Oh. Come on, wash up so we can get moving. Wait, what? A few minutes later, I climbed onto his back and we set off through the forest once again. I feel miserable in about 10 different ways because of it. Lazy, ashamed, embarrassed, frustrated, the list goes on. Kind of aroused. I mean, you're riding the man's back. Well, it's awkward and weird and creepy, but you get to, like, smell him. You can, like, smell his hair and not be creepy about it. I mean, not obviously creepy about it. That's so fucking creepy. That is so creepy, but I love it anyway. Oh, these games mess me. They mess me so much. Oh, they fuck me up. I try not to think too much about the actual feeling or the muscles I can feel through his clothes, or I clear my throat. And I do have legs, you know. I mumble for what's probably the 5th time. You do, but legs are only useful if they work well. Mine do, yours don't. I can't argue with him because he does, in fact, have a point. Still, I end up pouting at the situation I've been put in. I'm not some kind of helpless girl. I doubt that you are, but still, you should not worry. I am a demigod. This does have some benefits, not least strength and endurance outside of a normal human capacity. Taking advantage of that is not a bad thing. Right, I still feel like a literal burden though, completely useless. I can't tell if it's just me or if everything he says is starting to sound like some kind of innuendo. Is this the real Hikaru? I can understand why you might not like it. In that case, would it make you feel better if you spent your time learning? Learning? Yes, you are a sorceress, are you not? I haven't actually explained exactly who I am yet, but it seems like Shizuka figured at least some of it out. Does she know everything? My mother always seemed to know everything all at once. But since I'm pretty sure omnipotence would have been passed on through the ritual, I doubt she does just yet. I don't want to kill the mood by replying to her question by saying, yeah, I am a sorceress, because you passed your powers and curse on to me and kind of ruined my life. So for now, I just nod. Then I'd be happy to pass down some of what I know while we travel. I have lived a very long life, so I think you'll find my knowledge useful. And that's how I ended up with hours-long piggyback ride on my professor's back, learning magic with my mother in 1480s Japan. That is not a sentence you get to say every day. In all honesty, I don't think I'm able to actually process everything that's happening. Because seeing as Galen and Haruka still haven't said a word back to me, I've got no choice but to keep rolling with it. We take breaks every now and then, though I can tell it's more for Shizuka than Hikaru, who seems impossibly unfazed at having to carry me. During the breaks, I actually practice spells with Shizuka when possible. Before I know it, the 3rd day has passed. See? Perfect! So yeah, I'll wrap this part up here, and we'll start on day 4 when we come back next time. So yeah, remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more!